Good morning. It's 9 o'clock on this Wednesday, March 18th.
And this is 7 News Now, the quickest way to get the news that you need. And we need to know about this forecast because there's a lot of sunshine but chilly temperatures. So we're checking in with Max Logano to give us the latest. Max?
Yeah, definitely another cold morning, but we are starting to warm on up. If we take a look at our sky cams over into South Lake Charles, plenty of blue sky, clear skies. 51 degrees. We got pretty cold this morning into the 30s for some parts of the area. We have 40s and 50s on the map from 46 in Oakdale to 59 in Cameron. So we'll warm up this afternoon, topping out near 70 degrees, and we'll turn even warmer yet this weekend. We'll talk about just how warm things will get coming up on First Alert Weather Extra.
All right, thanks, Max. Our top story this morning is a heartbreaking one out of Maryville, where authorities rescued 36 dogs from what they describe as truly horrific conditions.
According to rescuers, the dogs were found at a small camper Monday, where the animals had been standing in urine and feces for so long that it damaged their paws. Several of the dogs had broken bones, where 2 were pregnant, and nearly all of them had overgrown nails along with skin and breathing issues.
The shocking discovery prompted police to arrest 2 people living in the trailer, 42-year-old Jessica Goodwin and 23-year-old Adam Goodwin. According to rescuers, the pair had feces all over their feet at the time of the arrest. They each faced 32 counts of simple cruelty to animals. Maryville police say more charges are pending.
In the meantime, 36 Deep South Rescue in Maryville is asking for supplies to help care for the dogs while they await for their new homes. We got more information on how you can help. All you have to do is visit our website at kplctv.com. Meanwhile, in Tangipahoa Parish, deputies are asking for help finding a runaway teen from Ponchatoula.
17-year-old Alyssa Madigan was last seen Sunday morning. Police say she may be in or near Sulphur, possibly with relatives who don't know she ran away. Alyssa is described as a white female, about 120 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. She was last seen wearing gray sweatpants and a white hoodie. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact the Sheriff's Office Juvenile Division or leave an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers of Tangipahoa. A Lake Charles man who killed someone during an armed robbery will serve the rest of his life behind bars. Back in January, William Dennis was found guilty of second-degree murder and obstruction of justice. In 2023, he and 3 others planned to rob DeMarcus Ardouin at his Westlake home, and Dennis shot Ardouin in the head. Yesterday, Dennis was sentenced to life in prison. A lawsuit filed this week is targeting Louisiana's voting system.
Philip Calais, who serves on the Board of Election Supervisors, says that Louisiana's electronic voting system has no renewable paper ballot, so he says votes cannot be publicly counted. The Louisiana Citizen Advocacy Group argues the current system makes recounts and audits impossible, and also are demanding enforcement of Louisiana's proof of citizenship requirement for first-time voter registration.
Up in Shreveport just about a year ago, they had to do the sheriff's election all over because the only thing they could recount was absentee ballots. And so presently, we're coming up on very important elections in November. The elections we're presently conducting are not constitutionally constituted, and that's what we want to change.
And Calais' attorney says that they previously filed this lawsuit and the judge dismissed it on an exception. The Court of Appeal reversed that decision and told them to refile and serve the Attorney General this time. And Louisiana Secretary of State is renting a former Conn's Home Plus building in Baton Rouge to store new voting machines. Under the lease, the Election Division will pay about $40,000 per month for the space. It runs through January 31st of 2028, and the state is in the middle of buying new touchscreen machines that print a paper ballot. By law, those machines must be kept in a climate-controlled facility for security and audits. And the U.S. Justice Department is proposing a new rule to speed up federal reviews in state death penalty cases.
The change would let states streamline appeals, potentially cutting years off the time between a capital conviction and an execution. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill supports the move, saying this will help deliver the justice that a judge and jury impose for the most egregious crimes. The proposal is still under review and not yet final. At the state capitol, a Baton Rouge state senator is pushing to abolish Louisiana's Department of Children and Family Services.
Senate Bill 265 by Senate President Pro Tem Regina Barrow would take away DCFS and spread their programs across other state departments. It passed and signed into law. The State Department of Health would take on all functions related to child welfare. Part of the bill also calls for the creation of the Office of Child Welfare under the Health Department, which would make LDH in charge of providing for public child welfare functions of the state. LDH declined to comment on the proposed bill, saying they do not normally comment on pending legislation. Meanwhile, a bill targeting stolen ballot cases in Louisiana is advancing to the state house.
Stolen valor is pertaining to people who lie about military service and awards. Senators approved Senate Bill 51 in final passage by a vote of 35-0 with amendments. Offenders could face thousands of dollars in fines and in some cases up to 5 years in prison. State officials closed much of the Terrebonne Parish coast to oyster harvesting after an oil leak last month.
It happened at a Louisiana offshore oil port, or LOOP, facility near Port Fourchon. A spokesperson says that the source was secured and 750 barrels or 31,000 gallons of oil had leaked. People in the seafood business in the area says that there's too much uncertainty after the leak.
I just think it's going to be tough for everyone in our community, just with the uncertainty of the economic impact at this time. Just the uncertainty is scary.
I would have thought from what happened with BP that they would have it more together. And that is not what I'm finding out. There's a huge communications gap.
Loop says the cause of the spill was a material failure within a section of a cargo transfer hose. It has since been repaired. And after nearly 9 months overseas, Louisiana National Guard soldiers are finally back home, reuniting with their families as of this morning.
The United unit was deployed to Europe as part of a peacekeeping mission, working alongside international forces to help maintain stability in the region. As they return home, soldiers and their families will begin the transition back to everyday life.
He's a first sergeant, and so he's getting ready to retire, I believe. So, yeah, we're at the end of all of this.
Old, so.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
50-something.
50-something, yeah,
He's 50.
56.
Yeah. So this is many deployments. This was one of the easiest ones because it wasn't like Iraq or Syria or some of the other ones that he's been to that have been really challenging.
Within 90 days of returning home, they'll meet with different support programs to help them adjust to civilian life, and we thank them for their service. If you're watching this live stream on your app or online, don't forget you can download 7 News straight to your Roku or smart TV.
Thanks for joining us, and now we'll send you back to Local News Live.